Hello there, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I'm sure some of you must have come across these beautiful northern light images on Pinterest, but never really had the confidence to paint them. Well, honestly, they are a little intriguing. But don't worry, I've got you covered. Because in today's video, we'll be learning how to create this beautiful and vibrant northern light. So let's get started. Let us talk about all the supplies that we will need. So I'm using Angie's 100% cotton 300 GSM paper, some Magello Mission paints. I will list the exact shades below. A flat brush and some round brushes, a mixing palette, and 2 jars of water. Let us tape down our paper from all 4 sides. I really like doing this because I love those crispy edges and it avoids my paper from buckling. Our first step is to wet the paper. So using my flat brush, I'm going to load it with some clean water and apply it all over my paper evenly. I'm going to do a cross swatch here so that I don't miss any spot in between. Once the paper is completely wet, using my yellowish green from Magello Mission, I'm going to make a swirl. So this is going to be the first set of colors that I'm seeing in my northern lights. And right next to the swirl, I'm making these two S-shaped structures which depict the other set of northern lights. And yeah, so I'm going to start with the lighter value of yellowish green first, and then I will be building up the colors later on once I've laid the 3 colors that I'm going to use for my northern lights. So yeah, once I've laid yellowish green, I'm going to go ahead and add some bright opera pink. As you can see, this is a lighter tone of bright opera pink that I'm using first, and I'm going to lay it right next to the yellowish green. One more thing I wanted to make sure to tell you, that you have to make sure that your paper is 300 GSM and 100% cotton for the northern lights to turn out beautifully. So yeah, and also right next to the yellowish green and the bright opera pink, I'm going to add cobalt blue. So we have to be careful around the bright opera pink and the yellowish green because we don't want any muddy colors. So be careful when you apply them, and yeah, don't worry about blending because the wet paper and the water is going to do the job for you. So once you're done with the 3 colors, our main focus here is going to build the vibrancy. So we're going to add darker tones of our colors that we've used, that is bright opera pink, yellowish green, and cobalt blue. Once you're happy with how vibrant your yellowish green and bright opera pink have turned out, we are going to darken the sky, because as you know that the northern lights are visible during the night, we need to depict a really nice and dark sky. So I'm going to add a layer of darker tone of cobalt blue, and then I'm going to add Prussian blue. I really like how Prussian blue makes your sky look really dramatic and dark. So yeah, go ahead and add some Prussian blue, and if you want to even darken it even more, make it like really nice and dramatic, you can add in some indigo as well. Once you're happy with how your northern lights have turned out, we're just going to stop working and wait for our paper to completely dry for us to go ahead and make the stars. So I'm using a white gouache by Winsor & Newton, and I'm going to add a bit of water to the white gouache so that I get this really nice, not so thick but not so thin consistency. And I'm going to load it on my brush and tap it against another brush to create the stars. So tap 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 and create these stars. Focus more on the blue portion of the sky for the stars, because that's where the stars will be clearly visible when you look at the northern lights. So we're going to tap those stars, focusing more on the blue portion. Once the stars have completely dried, we are going to add some more elements to complete our painting. So I'm using a darker tone of indigo here, and I'm going to completely cover the bottom portion of my painting to create an irregular shape to depict the ground. Make sure that you're using a darker tone of indigo or Payne's grey to cover the ground so that you're not able to see the layer of paint below it. And using the same indigo, I'm also going to create a tree. You can follow the steps along with me to see how I create the tree. One thing to keep in mind when we are painting trees is to get our strokes right, because if we practice these strokes, it makes it really easy for us to create thinner and thicker lines that depict the branches using just one brush. The next main thing that we have to keep in mind is that we're using a brush that has a really nice and pointed tip. Why that's important is because we can create these thicker and thinner branches using just one brush, and it's really hassle free. You don't have to change your brushes for thicker lines and then for thinner lines. So yeah, keep practicing how to create these strokes, because that's really helpful, and it took me a while, but I got there. And yeah, you have to keep practicing trees. Each tree that you paint and you're not happy with it, but it is one step closer to that perfect tree that will completely finally fulfill your dream of painting a tree. So yeah, keep practicing and don't give up. These random strokes right next to your tree wherever you like, because they're completely random and these depict the tiniest shrubs. And that is it. We have reached the end of our video. If you have watched up till here, thank you so much. I love you guys. You guys are the best because you always show me so much support. And I hope you enjoyed today's video and enjoyed creating northern lights with me. I hope you found this helpful as well. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel for more art videos, and comment down below if you're going to give this a try. See you in the next video. Bye bye.